welcome to All About the Love with Annie Parker. Today's podcast guest and conversation is with Gaurav, aka Gigi Mehta, and we are talking all sorts of things. This entrepreneur has so much going on. He is co-owner of a dispensary called the Ganjery. He has a music production company called LG Productions, where he brings reggae and world music events here locally. He is a founder of the Cannabis Culture Club, which is a way of bringing amazing marijuana and amazing food together at the same time, and that goes on all up and down California. And he now is co-owner of the new ramen restaurant, Susukino, up in Northtown Arcata, that I can't wait to get my mouth on. So hope you enjoy, and it's a good one. Okay. Hello there. This is All About the Love with Annie Parker, and this is Gaurav Mehta.
Hello.
Hello there.
Nice job.
Oh, I love you. Welcome.
Thank you, Annie. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I think we are here to dabble with all sorts of things.
Yeah.
We're going to be dabbling about kind of how spectacular you are. Then maybe a little bit about why Humboldt's so amazing.
Yes.
Then we're going to get to your music brilliance.
Okay.
And then ramen. Right?
Yes.
We might not do any of that. We'll see where this goes. But that is...
That's the agenda.
That's the agenda for now. So, where do you want to start? Why don't you start telling me things?
Well, Humboldt.
Yeah.
Start with Humboldt.
How the fuck did you get here?
I got here because my best friend Scotty moved here.
Okay.
Scotty, we were just talking about
Yeah.
him. He moved here, and then I came out here and visited him.
You were Ohio,
Chicago.
Detroit, Chicago. Okay.
Chicago.
Okay.
And I came out here and visited him in 2003, and then like 6 months later, I came.
You're like, oh, dang.
This is way better than where I live, so.
Okay.
Chicago's a rat race,
2003. So I maybe met you right when you got.
because I got a job at
land.
Six Rivers Brewery, and I think in 2004 or 2005. Like, right then.
So when you got here, I was your welcome gift?
You were my welcome gift. I actually, my first job was at Augustine's. Do you remember that restaurant? It was where the sushi spot is in McKinleyville right now.
Yes. Yeah.
And so, when I got there...
Wait, was that with Tynell?
My server
Oh
was
my Lord,
Tynell.
Tynell, and who? Maybe she was making out with somebody?
Check this out. Who was the cook? Colby Waters.
Fucking Colby Waters!
So that's where I met Colby.
What did Tynell have?
And that's where I met Tynell.
Augustine's? Was that?
It was like a Greek restaurant or something. It was fancy.
I think when I worked at Six Rivers Brewery before Meredith and Talia got it.
I worked there too.
You
That's
worked
where
for
we
Larry?
met. Yeah.
Oh!
That's where we met.
We were the only ones.
That's where we met.
Gigi and I made the cut.
We made the cut.
Yeah, we got in the new Six Rivers crew. And we both have babies with beers named after them.
We do.
Eshawn Nut Brown.
Yep.
And the Weatherman Wheat.
We do. Yep.
Let's high five to that.
That's pretty awesome.
But I think Augustine's, God, they were so good looking. It was a blonde chick and her blonde lover, and I think they did it.
I thought it was an older gentleman. I can't remember. I think it was an older gentleman.
Okay.
But it didn't survive because it was way past McKinleyville's time at that time.
Yeah, McKinleyville
It was not ready.
Yeah.
They were
when Luke started playing
football.
football.
They were looking for KFCs, not
Yes. I remember when Luke started football. Eureka Natural maybe had just started there. And I would come with my mason jars of dried mangoes
You're
and
getting
stuff.
that foods in McKinleyville?
Yeah.
No, they started only like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think that would be when Luke started.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Right?
Yeah,
Ish. I mean, maybe a little more. But I was like, oh, yes, people. Because I went to the snack shack to get juice. And they told me that they had Sunny Delight.
At the snack shack.
And I was a little flabbergasted because I had only been a sports person in like horses, triathlons, running,
Yeah.
They might have some juice or pineapple. These bitches were trying to give me Sunny Delight. And I remember being like, Sunny Delight? Like, no, I'm at an athletic event. I would like a juice. So we just did water.
Your boy, I must say, your boy is amazing.
He's pretty great.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, let's talk about the JC's tournament just as real quick.
That was amazing.
I don't even know if the kids care about it as much as
that was brilliant.
So any of you adults out there that have kids that play basketball are in 8th grade,
go to the JC's tournament.
go to the freaking JC's
Even
tournament.
if your kid doesn't play, just go.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I want to relive the whole everything.
It was great. The hotel experience, oh man.
We had so much
We had a
fun.
blast.
Yeah, you got to get a lady like me to flirt with the hotel
It also
staff.
helps when your kids win JC's though too.
Yeah.
It does help.
Yeah.
It does help.
Yeah, we did some flirting, but
Does help.
yeah, the JC's. And we were talking before this, we need to start a JC's tournament here. And I think Humboldt
Back to
Wild or the
Humboldt.
Beasts
Back
or
to
Lumberjacks,
Humboldt.
I think we're going to do that.
I
Because
think
that
it's-
is going to be
it's-
a way
it's
to
great
bring...
at boost of economy.
Yes, say it, Gigi.
The restaurants get just
Everything.
It's just amazing.
Gas stations,
Everything.
restaurants,
Kids from
hotels.
all over.
People
Airbnb.
also acknowledging, holy shit balls.
It's a big tournament.
I want to come to school here. I love it here. I want to move here.
Exactly. See
Yes.
the beauty of it.
What?
The beauty of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
I think so too.
I think it should happen. I don't
I
know
think
why
so
it
too.
hasn't happened.
I think it's on the way. I think that I really think that Gilday and Vanuku and Carlos, I think that they're all really
Really on
bringing it in. And I think...
I've seen kids basketball in the last 4 or 5 years really spike.
yeah,
Right?
I know. We've got amazingness.
Oh,
Totally.
I mean, McKinleyville Middle High won JC's last year, right?
I think so.
With Dash's team.
Yes, with Dash Diamond! He's
And
got a
then-
beer named after him too.
And then our kids won it. So
Yeah.
it's like Humboldt's taken JC's the last
Yeah.
couple of years. So
Yeah.
we need to have one.
I know. Yes, absolutely. I totally agree. So we met in the restaurant industry.
We met working for Kooky Larry.
Yeah, Cookie Larry. We love you, Larry.
We love you, Larry. I think my last...
He would call me 3 a.m. through, no cell phones, answering machines, and he would call me like 3 a.m. Electra! That was one of my nicknames, if you can even believe that. Electra!
I think I had to call it quits after he made me bartend and cook in the same shift. I was like, wait a second, you want me to go cook the food while I make the drinks for the same people?
I remember calling him and being like, buddy, this is a brewery. If we don't have ground beef or chicken wings, I can't really...
We can't do anything.
I mean, this has got to shift.
Thank God for Meredith and Tyler for taking that
Yeah.
over. And Kurt.
And Kurt. Oh my gosh.
And Kurt.
When the 3 of them...
Those
Do you
two-
remember when we... Well, maybe this isn't podcast talk, but when the girls, we went out to...
Raise my hand.
when we went out to Thunder from Down Under.
Oh, God.
And then you boys had your own...
We had our own
Yeah.
Thunder from down under. Oh, did we close the brewery? Yeah, we had the brewery closed
Yeah,
down,
and
right?
then we brought the party bus with the Thunder
I
Down
remember.
Under. There was... Yeah.
Oh, man.
There
Let's
was
not
a
live
little...
that one up.
Yeah. Do we raise our...
There was a
Are we raising our hand right
We're raising
now?
our hand.
We are.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
we are editing this.
We didn't really say anything, so.
We didn't say
we didn't
anything. Okay, I don't even know how to go back. Where were we before?
So we're
I
talking
think
about
a lot of
Humboldt.
the things that we're talking about, we probably don't want to.
Let's just go back to Humboldt. So,
Okay, you
know,
bring it back. Go,
we-
Gigi, go.
We met at the old brewery,
Yes,
and then we transferred over to the new brewery,
yes.
which was crazy times because the ladies and Kurt were just like,
We were all
Yeah,
the
it was
same
just like-
energy.
it
We were
was-
all the same age.
it
It
was-
was like a sorority
it was intense.
of no school badassery.
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah.
It was like,
We were
having-
kind of the little golden show ponies out there just prancing around.
we were, and we like kind of like had the backbone of the brewery, like me,
We had
you,
so much
Morgan.
fun. Oh,
like
little Morgie.
that whole
I ran
crew,
into
Michelle,
Morgan. Yes!
Chad, Colby,
yes.
the whole crew was
Whole
so tight. It
crew.
was so amazing.
Yeah.
And then our boys
so
have gone
fun.
to school since
Yep.
like wee little guys.
First grade. Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Yeah. Wait, no. Did Deshaun go somewhere else for kindergarten?
I went to Pacific U.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
kindergarten.
kindergarten through now sophomore year.
Till now.
Till
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And so we've gone through basketball together. And so we've always kept this tight little bond,
We really have.
and it's amazing.
It is. So, how did you get out of the restaurant? I mean, as you were a restaurateur-ish person,
Yeah.
you you always had music in your back pocket, but
I was always
I
a
was
music
postulating
goer.
it. Is that what it was, or did you do music?
No, I was always a music goer. Like, I went to see this band, Fish. It was a jam band.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Grateful
yeah.
Dead band style. Follow them around the country for a little bit. So music was always my passion.
Okay, but it wasn't something you were
Right.
getting out there until later.
Till I wasn't involved in the music scene until later.
Okay.
Until after 2013, which was like
And it's
LG Productions.
Productions. And so when did that start?
That happened after 2013 when I was involved in this accident. So I was involved in an accident in 2013 that kind of changed like the course of my life. And
It was a...
it was like kind of changed the course of my life. And
Yep.
I had like a lot of the community on my back that kind of saved my back and kind of vouched for
Seeing
me.
that you could do something that you didn't want.
Well, they
and
kind of
that
vouched
they
for
would
me and
love
like
you
they
and
saved
know.
me by writing a bunch of letters and telling the judge how like this is, you know, things are accident, shit happens type thing, you know. And so like my gift to the kind of giving back to the community was like, oh, I'm gonna start doing this and bringing music into town, even if I make $0 on it. If I can see
Right.
people walk out the door with a smile on their face, that's money in my pocket for me. So
Yeah. Even just having the courage of this community sees me, so
And
I
that-
don't need to hide.
yeah.
I can
exactly, I was
lick
in-
my wounds,
yeah, I can be out in
acknowledge
front
what I did,
and move forward,
become better, and love
move forward.
being
And
loved.
Leticia, who I was dating at this time,
Yeah.
really pushed me forward to go, you can do this music thing. You got this. So like
Yeah.
I started with Julius. Julius helped me out. Julius from Proper Wellness helped me out a lot. You know Julius?
That sounds familiar.
He's been around here for a long time.
Okay, what is Proper Wellness?
It's a dispensary. So he
Okay.
owns 2 shops.
Okay.
So he really helped me out with, he had been promoting shows before. He kind of put me on his back and said, this is how we do it. This is how you get the bands and you get the venue and you get the music.
Oh, can give you the blueprint
this is
to
how,
your
this is
badass.
what you need to do.
Okay.
And so like I just took the reins by that.
And because you were a music goer, you already had the flow, the essence, you're GG, so people love
Yeah.
it. So you already kind of had some ins. Like, I'm brand new to podcasting, and it's funny to be like, oh, I've been a podcaster forever.
So that's
right?
what,
Like,
yes.
you're like, I've been a music producer.
Now I say that
fucking
forever,
ever.
but it's
Yeah.
it all starts from somewhere.
Yes.
0, right? It all starts from
Isn't
0.
that beautiful how
It's,
the universe
the-
is like,
the
bitch,
story behind
you
it.
got all the rest
the story
of it.
actually how it happened was, I don't know if you're familiar with the artist. His name's Protege. You heard of
Yeah,
him?
I've heard of it.
So my first show was Protege. So back in like 2014, I ordered a sweater off his website, right?
Okay.
For Christmas.
Okay.
And come February, no sweater. I'm still like, okay, what the hell's going on?
Patience is a virtue. I've heard all about
I
it.
put my Christmas tree away already. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe it's next Christmas they're sending it to me. So
Oh.
no, then I get a call from Jamaica. I go, oh. And I pick up the phone. She goes, oh, yo, the sweater is not going to be ready for a couple months. I go, what's going on? She goes, this is Protege's mom. Huh? Protege's mom? Wow, Protege's mom. I'm talking to Protege's mom, right?
Mama can do everything.
And so I happened to find out later down the road that she's his manager too. So it's like she's been an artist her whole life.
Okay.
She's like a popular artist back in the 70s in Jamaica. So she's like a beauty queen. She's amazing.
Yeah.
You would love this lady,
I
right?
would. I already do.
So I go, wow, you know, Humboldt would really love Protege to come to town. She goes, why don't you bring him on? I said, huh? She goes, yeah, why don't you bring him on? I said, all right.
You're like, bitch, I will.
She goes, okay.
I got a maroon velvet sweatsuit.
So,
I can do anything.
That's how the story started. Of me like
Wow.
really bringing shows to town. So it started like just organically through that.
Fucking misplaced hoodie.
A misplaced hoodie.
I mean, our holy teams are so brilliant when you pay attention to it. That you put little thoughts from your noggin out there, and
They come back, right?
how crazy that it took a sweatshirt not coming
Yeah.
before the Christmas tree went down
Yeah.
for you to bring a badass here.
Totally, right?
So then you found that, and then you went and found the nuggets of how to bring him here.
Yeah, and I was like, Julius, how do we do this?
Okay.
How do I offer him this money? And how do I do this?
Yeah.
What's my next step? And he goes, oh, we got to do all this. We got to do this. And
Okay.
step by step, we just...
And what year was this? 2013?
14.
2014. Okay.
So that was my first sold out show. First show sold out.
And did you make anything?
I think we made like $2 or $3 grand.
Look at you go!
And after that, I was hooked.
You're like,
So
I
was
can
hooked.
do this.
I was hooked. And it wasn't even about the money at that point.
Where was the first show?
ATL.
Yeah.
So
That place is awesome.
it is a good place.
Yeah.
It is a good place.
I don't know. I think it gets bought and sold a lot, right?
It
But
has.
like when I was growing my pubes,
Mm-hmm.
it was the Arcadia Theater.
Right.
And for a while, like when I was in high school, they would have 50-cent movies, and then it was called dollar movies. So they would play movies that were now out on VHS or DVD.
They still do that now.
They do?
Yeah. And then popcorn night and the full kitchen. It's pretty cool. You and Luke should go. We should go sometime.
Oh my Lord. Well, and then you
It's
order
on
something
it's on
off
the
of
really
the menu.
big-
because we're going to get to it, but this bitch is making a restaurant. And I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
laugh because our family's always like, well, let's order like Gigi. Because Gigi's like, and then I'm going to take...
The off the menu item.
I get made fun of too. But then once we went to sushi with you, the boys gave me a little bit of a break because I'm always like, and then I wouldn't like this, but I would like that. They're like, who are you? I'm like, well, I was a waitress. And I know that if you flirt with me and you ask me for what I want and you know you're going to get a big, you get to eat what you want.
That's what you want.
Yes.
That's what you should get anywhere anyway.
Yeah. Like, I
You're
don't
paying
want
for it.
that veggie. I want this veggie.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Put that on the side.
I don't like onions.
Yeah.
I want tomatoes.
And don't be a brat about it. Give a little, like, something,
Yeah,
too.
you love it for
But
it.
yeah.
Hell yeah, you can have that.
Yes, you can have anything. And then sometimes you're like, oh, so a slice of avocado was $12. I did not know that. I was thinking 75 cents.
And that's why
but-
she's like, you can have anything you want.
Oh, just let me poke it in. Exactly. Okay, so that was your first show.
Yeah,
You were hooked.
that was fun.
What is LG product? Like, are you a one-man show? I mean, you kind of are, and then you have like subcontractors. Is that how it works?
So like I put it all together show wise, and then when it comes to like ATL, I'll have like a sound person. So I pay the sound person; they just do their sound thing.
Okay.
And the lighting person. So it's like everyone's got their own lanes,
Yes.
and I'm just like
Lanes are really good.
I'm just the provider.
I
of
like the lanes with the spots in between it.
So you can weave in and out.
The double yellow, I'm like, bitch, come on now. I can't stand the lines like that. I do like a line.
You gotta get out of the lane.
Just I like a little preparation so I can be like, look.
Everyone's gotta know to get out of the lane.
Yeah,
Sometimes, too.
there's got to be a turn lane somewhere.
They're not on my team, so you can't get out of the
Yeah,
lane.
no doubt.
You know?
Right? Like, if you're a double line person, you should probably start your own company. You can do this yourself. Okay, so you have you,
Yeah,
the musician,
yeah,
the venue,
yeah.
sound person, the lighting person. You must have like an
Ho-
advertising.
Hotels, marketing.
Oh my Lord. So do
Food.
you pay somebody to help them get their hotels, like a party planner?
No, I'll book all the hotels.
You do it.
Which is cool. Like I've gotten enough hotels in this town, so I go to one hotel,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it gives me like a group rate. Like I want.
And
name
they
the
know
hotel.
you, and they know that
It's
you're.
$60 a room.
And you
every
can't
time.
say the name
I
because.
can. It's from out in. They're a great place.
Okay.
It's great.
And then it's just easy and
It's
like-
amazing too because Tony's is 24/7. So after the show, that everyone's hungry and they can just go
Yes.
eat the show. 2:00 in the morning.
I
you
swear.
can't find
You
shit.
know what? I'm gonna do a podcast.
You can't find shit
for
to eat,
Tony
but you will be
because
able to find something to eat soon at 2 in the morning. Which
You
we'll
really
get to.
will.
We'll get to soon.
It's gonna be open at 2.
3 a.m.
You know, I have a group of ladies called the Lalalas. Lovely ladies living in the laps of luxury. And we all are from the 90s, besties. And back in our 20s, when partying was, kind of our skill, Thursday nights were the nights. And our
Thirsty
favorite thing was to imbibe enough to need to go get food. And there was Smugs. There was that Asian frickin' Sanny at Dawn's.
Oh man, that's still
What is
good.
that one called?
The Banh Mi. That's a
Yes,
good one.
that.
That's a good one.
And then otherwise, you had to somehow get to Tony's.
Or APD.
No, ABD.
ABD wasn't out there.
It wasn't.
wasn't
Well, yeah, I
It was
worked at
just
ABD when it was TJ's.
Oh god, that was
That
before I
was
did.
before I met you. Before you got there, I worked
Wow.
at TJ's. Yeah, oh,
TJ's.
it was a while.
Speaking about TJ's, Toby and Jack's, they're opening up a Habib grill there.
So right now it's a thrift store.
Right now it's nothing.
Oh.
Sidelines is a thrift store.
Sideline. Everything's a thrift store down there right now. We
they're-
gotta rectify.
They're all thrift stores.
I mean, Daydream.
Daydream is nice.
Daydream's like a bougie. It's an
Daydream is
amazing
nice.
place. But the other thrift stores, being Annie Barker, thrift stores are my favorite. But I think that the plaza could have.
They could use some help.
Yeah.
Need some help.
Okay, I did just hear that.
Which is pretty amazing.
So who bought it? Who is the whatever with
I guess the guy that owns the Pink Market. You know the Pink Market?
Yeah, 4th Street.
His family bought it.
Okay, I think I've heard that the Pink Market not only sells booze, but
they
make the good Sandy.
That's what I heard too.
Okay, I haven't.
And so he's like doing like a whole like shawarma and
amazing
falafel, and like they're gonna be open late and have like Bollywood style drinks and like all types of like.
Oh, I love
should be
brilliance.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I think
let's start talking about your shit now.
Okay.
We'll go back to we're gonna wiggle around.
Which I love about Humboldt is that Arcata and Humboldt in general is finally diversifying a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing like so many Asian restaurants now that it's like, wow, it's not Stars or KFC or
I don't even feel like the KFC. I was like, oh, look at that. But I think that it is exciting that there are like going to be more things other than pizza or Mexican food.
It's amazing. Which means, in my eyes, a lot of the cannabis people are starting to move out.
Yeah.
And a lot of the city minorities, kind of Asian folks, are starting.
Let's have some of what we want. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because that's who's opening these restaurants.
Yeah.
I know Jack. You know Jack. He used to own Zhao. You know Zhao. Remember, she used to work at the Ritz. Zhao. And Jack.
All I'm thinking of is Zhao Hunter, who rubs me until I cry. Do you know Zhao Hunter?
No.
Zhao.
Maybe I need to know Zhao.
Yeah, she does something like this, and you're like,
She does body work?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And you really.
Write that name down.
Yeah. XIAOHUNTER, Zhao Hunter. It is not a pleasurable experience, and then you leave, and your life is fully pleasure after. But I like to be like, oh,
more of that.
Yeah.
More of that pleasure.
Yeah, where it's like, oh. But with her, it's like, it's like doing a triathlon, like an Ironman triathlon.
Oh, God.
And then you leave and you give her money and you're like,
did I just pay for them?
I'm a whole new person. Well, you leave and like you have to actually drink water. Like,
you're dehydrated.
Yeah, a while ago, people were like, no, drink lots of water. I'm like, I'm going to go have some Chardonnay. No, with Zhao, it's like, yes. I will be drinking 3 mason jars of water after this just so I can walk.
And electrolytes.
Yeah, electrolytes. Yeah. But Zhao and what was the other one?
I think Jack. So she owns Jack Seafood.
Oh, and my Lauren Smith
just
go to.
bought Mazzati's.
Oh, I thought the guy that owned that was, or that was buying that was the one that owns
Nori. No, I think that guy owns Rooftop.
Yes.
Nori and Rooftop. And
yeah, do you know Trevor Eliason? He's one of my buddies that I went to high school with. And he's a bougie chef from the Napa area. Okay. Well, he came from here, went down there, so many fires, he moved up here. And I had thought that maybe, there's so many stories on the Mazzati's debacle. Yeah. But that
poor thing.
Maybe it was going to be...
That's a whole other That's a whole other podcast.
Just stop posting, buddy. But I had thought that the guy that owns Rooftop and Nori was buying it.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I know Jack owns a couple of those too.
Yeah.
Maybe
whoever is buying it,
they're all tied in together, I think, pretty much, you know? So it's amazing.
That'll be awesome. Well, and talking restaurants. So today is, what are we? We're the 22nd.
2nd of May.
Yes. Which you're not going to be out. We're going to work this out, people, to where I'm going to do a podcast on Wednesday and the next Thursday it will come out. So there won't be this lag. But right now it's the 22nd and I think you're coming out.
On the 28th.
I told you.
No.
Oh, maybe it is that quick. Maybe we are. No.
You didn't tell me.
Whatever. Now I don't even know what we were talking about. What were we saying?
We were talking about what's coming up in Arcata. Oh, but you were talking about when the podcast is coming out.
I know, but...
You had something on your mind, didn't you?
Let's just move on because I'm staring at that bird and it's not telling me anything.
That bird is not talking to me.
Well, the joke is I'm doing like lion's mane and ginkgo biloba. I joked with a client the other day. I'm like, what do I need to do? Like, chop it up and snort it? Like, how does this make my brain remember things?
It's not working.
I'm pumping these herbs every day. Like, what do I need to do? Like, put it in a syringe?
I also thought that.
Like, put it right into my pineal
all these
gland?
people
Like,
with the mushroom glazed, the craze. I'm like, how is this making my brain smarter?
yeah, I'm like, I'm still forgetting a
I'm
lot.
still pretty dumb.
Exactly.
Does it make you smarter, or just does not make you more dumb?
Maybe I'll just take it with that intention.
That's-
Thank you for that. Just keep my mind where it's at. Don't sink
go
below,
down.
Annie.
There we go.
Just keep talking about it. I took it in the hopes that I was going to be like,
up, yeah.
you know, free diet, like breaststroking, butterflying
I
through
took it in
it.
the hopes that I was going to be on Jeopardy, but that didn't work out.
Jeopardy watching. Oh, you know things. Like, oh, maybe I've heard. Yeah.
So we were talking about the date. Today is the 22nd.
Yeah. Oh,
And then you were talking about when this is coming out.
I know, but we just need to move on because it was something about. Oh, this bringing it back was because
the Lions
yesterday
are kicking
the
in.
Lions mane are straight to the vein right now. It's time lapse.
Lions Mane's kicking in. Takes a little while.
I should have taken it
Takes
earlier
a
this
while.
morning. Yeah.
It takes a week to kick in.
But I got a cornucopia of messages with that cute little thing from Jaffe's that they were quitting.
Oh, I got a bunch of those.
Yeah. And so they were quitting. Today, it was Tuesday, and they're done on Thursday. And I was like,
how crazy is that? That's almost like the
heart
Mazzotti thing.
broken.
Some employees posted, and they were like, I can't believe they did that to us. Like,
Yeah, like what in the heck?
that's bad news.
Yeah. So then I knew that you were opening a restaurant. So yesterday to one of my hair clients, I was like, don't you worry. I'll fucking talk shit to Gigi tomorrow. Knowing that wasn't it. Because as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Because Jaffe's is different than a ramen place. And I was excited. Like, we have Mexican restaurant next to one with a taco truck out fucking front. And they're all making it. Like, it was just a facetious little giggle. But I don't know. I wish... I
It's
just
sad
don't
to see him close.
understand.
It's sad to see
Yeah,
him
so
close
we
like that.
got our asses together. I was working late, and we were like, "Get in the car, we're going to." And the line was around the corner, but it's like, how can you only give us that little bit of time? I'm like,
But I'll tell you
can
why
we get
they're
the wasabi
closing.
vinaigrette?
I mean,
Why?
like, I got a bowl of curry yesterday, right?
Yeah,
It
you
had-
got in.
I had one piece of chicken with some cucumbers. Like, it's like people in this economic time, like they
It's
got to get a
so
value
hard.
for that.
I
Like
know.
a bowl of rice for $13, that's not gonna cut it for them.
Yeah,
You know, like I was like, I'm okay with it because like I'll pay for good food, but I'm sitting there eating it yesterday, going, damn, this is like a $6 cup of.
so going
So, you know?
into opening your place, because my podcast right before yours is with Carla Hayes, who owns Bubbles.
Okay.
And we were kind of
That's
talking
on,
about
that's
it.
on the plaza too, right?
Well, just right up, kind of near Mia Bella Cupcakes, you
Yeah,
know,
by the
like
theater.
right
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
By the minor.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
down
yeah.
from the minor,
Yeah.
up from the cupcakes. And it's like I right now am lowering my prices with hair because everything is tight. And it's that fine variance of knowing your worth and also knowing what is available.
You know, but
and
your
so
price
with
of your goods are going up though, but how do you lower your price? So it's like,
yeah,
how
it's
do you
very
meet that
tricky.
middle?
So when you're opening your ramen restaurant, how are you with the ridiculosity? I don't even think it's camp. Some hot dudes in a helicopter are going over us, making sure something's good. But like I remember working in the industry, realizing that a lot of restaurants basically made their money from soda. Because really,
And
if you want to
drinks.
do good food, yes, and drinks, but if you want to do good food, there's not much money markup. And then nowadays, it's so much more. So with you starting this restaurant and just seeing that at a place, what the fuck do you do? Like, how do you even
hard,
make it? Because I am now taking less of a profit margin than ever, and I'm just so thankful that people get to feel beautiful and I get to pay my bills. But it's a different reality. So how do you?
I think it's almost like that, like same type of like when I go into promoting type show.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you do it and people are happy, like, and you do it with a smile on your face, they're gonna come back and like it's gonna happen organically. It's gonna happen.
Very true.
And if the food, like just like the music, if like when I brought Protege here 10 years ago, a lot of people didn't know who Protege was. But I marketed the show right. I promoted it right. I did it all right. And I sold out that first show.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And then I had his mom call me the next day. Go, yo, she sold out the show. Bumba clock. Yo, what the hell? Like, you know, like his mom calling me. You know, I see her at the Grammys last year. She's like,
oh, I saw the pictures to that.
I saw her at the Grammys. She's like, oh, thank you so much for selling out the show.
Right? You're like, bitch, I'm at the Grammys. Thanks for delaying my hoodie.
Because of you, I'm at the Grammys.
Right.
In a small world.
Oh, God, isn't it beautiful?
Because of her, I'm sitting at the Grammys. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yes, I do. Very much so.
I'm sitting in awe because of her, but she's also in awe because of me because I'm selling out her son's shows.
Yes. Community.
And it's like...
It's everything. It's helping everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like with the restaurant, if you build it with good ingredients, good intention, and put a smile on your face, and people are coming in and leaving with a smile out of their face, no matter what you do, that customer's always
it's nourishing from the looks, the smell, the taste, the touch,
which it all will be. If you know me, it's going to be like that.
Are you going to wear your maroon velvet sweatsuit?
Maybe on the day you're know.
There you go.
So, if you do it naturally, like, it's going to work out.
I agree.
And, it doesn't hurt that Jaffe's is not there either.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. It's so...
There's not a place...
Yeah. But I believe that Jaffe's...
They were different things.
That I think it's a place called Nunu or something.
It's a food truck.
I feel like there is so much room for everything.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much room for growth and for, like, sometimes my tongue wants this and sometimes it wants that. But to have a higher echelon, to have...
And I think as Americans, our palates are growing a lot.
Yeah.
10 years ago, we weren't eating ramen. We weren't eating, like, sushi restaurants.
Well, maybe in Humboldt. Well, no. Yeah. I feel what you're saying.
It wasn't as popular. Yeah. Like, sushi restaurants weren't as popular as they are now. Like,
right? Sushi used to be like, oh, you eat raw fish.
There was no Vietnamese restaurants. There was no pho restaurants 10 years ago. Like, pho was like, so it's like, we're developing as Americans.
Yeah.
Not like,
our palates.
Let's just not
That's
go to
what
the
I told
burgers.
my kids when
dogs,
they were younger.
Pizza, It's like, we understand that stuff's not the healthiest food for us, so it's like developing our palates is good for our mind. It's good for everybody.
It's
good for everything. Like,
food
is tradition, right? So like, for instance, for me, like, I love ramen now, right? So ramen's gonna take me to Japan one day. Mm-hmm. If I didn't love ramen or I didn't love that food, I probably would not go to Japan. So it's like, it's taking me.
I like that. Yes.
It's taking me. That love of food is taking me across the globe.
Yes.
Just like that love of music is taking me to Jamaica. I own property in Jamaica because of the music.
Yeah.
I went to the Grammys because of the music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you find that passion, like, things are gonna bloom from that. You know what I'm saying?
I love you. Yeah.
So like,
very much so.
Just owning the dispensary with Steve, like, now it's bloomed into Cannafest, which is our little baby, our little festival. So it's like.
I feel like I know about this.
Cannafest? You don't know about Cannafest? I'll plug Cannafest real quick for Steve because he wants me.
I think that.
So Cannafest is his festival that he created about 5 or. He's had 5 of them, I think, in Humboldt. But now it's on Halverson Bay.
Cannabis Humboldt 2024, September 7th and 8th.
With like a lot of the remaining members of the Grateful Dead are playing.
Nice.
So he's got a.
But I've heard he's done it a couple years, right?
He did it at Redwood Acres 2 years, I believe.
Okay.
And this will be the 2nd year at Halverson Park, which is just like the most beautiful venue in the world.
Okay, and when we met, you were like, well, not when we met, but as I knew you were managing Six Rivers Brewery.
Right.
And weren't you working for his grow shop? What's Steve's?
I was working for Six Rivers, and Steve poached me. He said, "You do not want to work for the bars anymore."
Yeah, and what was his?
It was Humboldt Wholesale, which was House and Garden.
What's the other name? Though?
House and Garden. The House and Garden Nutrients. Oh, NHS, North Coast Horticulture.
Thank you. That's what I was like.
So I worked for Humboldt Wholesale, which was his wholesale division.
Okay.
Sending nutrients to all the
And
grocers.
you and he and Alicia and all that, Michelle and all that, you all came from the same hub, or they were a hub and you were slightly apart from that?
I was apart from them.
Okay.
I was apart from them. Steve just was sitting at the bar one day, said, "Yo, you want to get out of the bar industry? I have a job for you."
Okay.
And so I was like, "Oh, Meredith and Talia, I think I got to get out of here because I'm about to have a kid."
Right.
And I can't.
Nut Brown.
And I can't work till 2 a.m. anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's quit this. So then I started working for Steve.
Okay. And now, where is NHS? Is NHS
NHS is only in Fortuna now.
Okay.
So he went from 5 stores down to 1. So that tells you.
And then he did this.
Now he does
and
that.
now you guys have the Ganjery.
We have the Ganjery and Ganjery Distro, which is our distro, which sells cannabis to other stores up and down the state.
That is coming from local farmers that you put
That we
Ganjery
package.
names on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Y'all are brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Steve thought of all that. He came up with the distro. Now we package all across the street from our retail shop. Everything just goes up and down the state. So it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. So we
So that part is you and Steve.
Me, Steve, and a couple other people.
And a couple other.
No.
Like silent partners or a couple other?
Tony and Ken. Do you know Ken? Ken Hammock. You might know Ken.
Sounds familiar, but not putting a face to it. So you guys do that. Then your LG production, that's just you.
That's me, yeah.
And then what is your ramen bar's name going to be?
Susukino Ramen Bar.
Oh, golly, spell it and tell me.
SUSO.
SUSO.
SUSU.
Susu?
KINO. Susukino.
I want to tattoo Susu.
I love it. It's great.
What the fuck does it mean?
It's a town in Japan.
Okay.
That my partner,
Who's your partner?
his name is Ronik. He's another Indian guy from Chicago, which is
How cute is that?
insane. So that's why I was like, the stars are aligned. We have to do
Right.
this. Like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
So, so that just worked out perfect. I was like, my parents were like, oh, I'm going to go into business with this guy. They're like, oh, wait. They scratched their head for a second. I was like, oh, it's an Indian guy from Chicago. They're like, all good.
Ding, 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 ding.
We're good to go. They stopped scratching their head for some reason.
I love it. How did you meet him?
He owns a cannabis farm called Devi Cannabis.
Oh, that's not local then.
Yeah.
DEVY?
DEVI.
Oh.
And so he's just been, since I've been owning the shop, it's all like organically worked together. You know what I'm saying? I own the shop and we met through that, and now I own another shop.
Well, and from your Instagram, me and my little hottie went out to fucking Philbrook to have ramen because of you, and then we saw you.
And that's almost like the love of ramen has always been there.
Yeah, so did you and this guy meet like at Philbrook through the ramen love?
No, he just like, we just started hanging out after CannaFest last year because they had a booth in our booth. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, I'm going to open up this ramen restaurant. I'm going to Japan in like a month. I'm like, I need to go to Japan with you. And a month later, he's like, I'm going to open up this ramen restaurant. I was like, you need some help? He's like, sure. And organically, there we are, you know? So it's pretty amazing. Like,
when he go to Japan, did he do Sisukai?
Susukino.
Did he go there?
Oh, yeah. He's been there a bunch.
But that's why.
Yeah.
So it would almost be like going to Japan and opening a restaurant named Arcada.
Yeah, called Arcada Crab Shack.
I love it. I have a client right now who their friend was sperminated in Arcada, but they lived in LA. So having the name Arcada was just awesome. Well, they just moved back. So their friend's not named Arcada. I was like, oh, that's weird. But Arcada would be like, what a name. Yeah. I love things like that. Yeah.
Arcada?
Yeah, like Arcada. Yeah, just how names are so amazing, but it's like you gotta be like opposite if you're gonna use a simple word.
London.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, but the restaurant is the brainchild of my partner Ronik.
Okay.
And so for like the last 10 years, he's been going to Japan to go skiing. And so he goes to this little bar and eats ramen and met this chef. His name's Gory.
Okay.
And Gory and him kicked it off.
Okay.
And now Gory has got a visa and is now living here in the States.
Okay.
And is now our chef.
Okay.
So he's been making ramen for like 15 plus years in Japan. And so it's like...
Ding, 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 people!
The authentic ramen is in town now.
Okay. So it is you, the chef.
Ronik, and Ronik's cousin.
Okay.
And another partner of ours.
Okay.
So the restaurant is unique in its own entirety. That something like Arcade's never seen before.
Yeah.
I forgot what Ronik calls it, but it's like there's a special kind of bar in Japan that's kind of like what we're trying to replicate, which is just open late.
Oh yeah, we were dabbling. Yes.
So on Friday and Saturday and Thursday, Friday and Saturday, we're trying to be open till 3 a.m. Serve food till 1:30. So that will give the college kids a nice place to eat, or if you're going to...
And it's so cute.
It's right there.
Accessible to
right
them.
there. There's a parking lot in the back, which is pretty amazing. We can do...
Oh, yeah. And that'll be yours. I've always
15
wondered.
car parking lot, so we can do little farmers markets back there, a little band back there.
Little LG production back there.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
So,
now, how will it be? Because the last time I was in there, I think it was still a pizza place. There's are you reconfiguring everything? Is there going to be a big bar?
Can I show you a little bit here?
Yes. Okay, well, how are we going to do that for on here?
I'll show them too.
Okay. Well, some people won't watch.
Oh.
Yes, but we can
use... But we can show... See, this is the inside right here, so it's all black. You're going to love the black.
Oh my goodness, it already looks better.
The bar is going to wrap around so you'll be able to look out the window.
So for people that aren't watching, the bar is there where it used to be. It's just extended.
And it's going to wrap around the window so you'll be able to look out the window.
Ooh, I love it.
And there's wood slats. We're putting wood slats on the walls. So
I love it.
You can see the
with
wood
the little
slats.
Nickel gap. Yeah. Yes, you're doing the nickel gap.
Yeah. So
I swear,
really
tiny nuance with design when you use something like that.
So it's going to look really good.
And is the outside of the building still going to be turquoise?
We're going to get, I think, Sunny wanted to do a mural out there. So
beautiful.
We've done a lot of work.
Because my son really loves...
the turquoise?
Well, no, just as an interior designer, I'm always so frustrated. Like, why didn't somebody call somebody who understands style? Like, another motherfucking flesh-colored building?
Yeah.
Or like a restaurant where I'm like, this color is feng shui so wrong to wanting to eat.
Yeah.
So, like, he's got me. They painted it flesh tone, like, years ago. He's like, Mama, another flesh tone restaurant going up. So they painted it the turquoise.
Your son could be an interior decorator.
Oh, I think yes. I think.
He doesn't make pro basketball. That's his next job.
I think he might be a realtor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or well
that's kind of interior decorating.
He'll do anything.
In a way, right?
My girl, fucking Sally Rascal and I think I'm just gonna be her bitch. I'm just gonna walk around with all of her ideas and be like, "Yes, Livia, that is a wonderful idea. Yes," and I'm just gonna do whatever she tells me to do.
She's got it, huh?
So good.
Wow. Takes her from mom.
Yeah, she really, she feels it. Remember, like,
You got a knack for it, though, too.
For sure.
You got a knack for it.
For sure. And I have given it to her. All the pleasure bells of it and all the, oh God, I'm going to be late because my bra doesn't match my socks and nobody will see it, but I can't be there.
She gets it.
I pass both on.
She gets it. She's getting it.
Sometimes I'll be frustrated getting out the house and then I'm like, self-love, self-love. Livia, I understand. Let's deal with this. Let's go find some socks that match your shirt. I feel your pain.
Let's go.
It's a definite clearer vision of my insanity.
Well, that's where she gets it from. She's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I'd like her to decorate my house.
I think so. Or one of your limos. Because at the JC's tournament...
Well, the limo.
Gigi and I had some...
Should have decorated the limo.
When Matt got stuck in the bar.
Matt got locked in the bar.
Got locked in the hotel bar.
45 minutes later, he comes out. I'm like, what happened here?
Gigi and I are just sitting there planning our limo business that I was going to...
Playing slot machines.
Spray paint and color coordinate. Matt's such a little hottie. He was flirting with somebody locked in the cage.
Locked in the bar.
That's why we gotta have a JC's here.
That's why we need a JC.
Just a private video for
with a limo.
The adults. Yes,
with a limo.
With a color-coordinated limo.
Done.
Serving ramen.
Serving ramen. Late night.
Yes. Okay, let's get back to that.
Yeah.
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, late night.
Late night.
So young kids going crazy can come and get nourishment.
Yes.
Afterwards.
Nourishment afterwards.
I love that.
We're gonna have yakitori, which is like a Japanese style barbecue, which is just like just skewers, and they're gonna be cheap, affordable for kids, like a $2 or $3 skewer.
Yeah. Will you be open for Arcade High lunches?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So skewers, ramen,
and dumplings, and that's it.
Oh.
Very limited.
It's simple, stupid.
Very limited. Yeah.
It's the way to be.
Very limited.
It's the way to be because then your shopping list, your
list.
waste, your
Do
everything.
little
but now a
things good.
dumpling, you can put just about any. Is it kind of like a pot sticker?
Same
a dumpling?
thing.
Same thing.
Homemade though. You can put anything in there. Crab.
Yeah.
And then on the skewers, you can do anything too. You can do filet mignon. You can do chicken. You can do asparagus. You can do mushrooms. You can do onions. You can do chicken wings.
As in you go in and you're like, I want a little bit.
I want one chicken wing.
Okay.
And a beer.
And then with
$6.
the ramen, are they like with Jaffe's? So sorry.
They'll be like
Jaffe's, where you can like choose your broths, choose your this,
broth.
choose your
There'll
meats.
be 4 different broths
Okay.
that are all like 12-hour plus broths. Broths. So it's all gonna be like to the T authentic.
Okay.
Serving the Sapporo, the ice cold Sapporo.
Yeah, and you're gonna have some cocky cocktails.
We'll have cocktails. We'll have
yes.
alcohol and wine.
Okay.
We'll also have soju, which we're gonna have a
Soju is
like,
alcoholic also.
it's like a rice wine.
Yeah.
That's a little bit stronger than it's about a sake strong.
Like a Tomodachi.
It's like a tomodachi, right?
Yeah.
But we'll have like our own cocktail menu made with soju.
But everything will have to be soju. It
Everything
can't
will be
be
soju.
with a vodka or something like that.
Everything's
Yeah,
soju.
because then it's beer and wine.
Beer and wine.
Yes.
And soju. So we can get up to I think we're on to say 24% alcohol is what we can top out at, which is totally fine. We are planning for the lunch. We are planning to have no wait service. It's going to be order at the table type thing.
Kind of like the girls at the brewery did.
Kind of but then at night it will be wait service.
Okay.
With waiters, all the yard. That's about it.
I like it.
Yeah.
And when are you projected to open?
End of June, hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is so exciting.
We're really excited. So.
Yeah. And how long has the Ganjery been open?
The Ganjery has been open 5 years in September.
What?
Yeah.
In the location it's at?
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is mind blowing.
Yeah. The Ganjery is doing really well too. It's consistent.
And just the one location in McKinleyville?
Just the one location.
Right and then the distribution.
And the distro.
Okay.
And then so with the ramen thing, I also have this Cannabis Culture Club thing that
the dinner club. Club. Tell me about that. That sounds amazing.
So the dinner club is a partnership between me and a gentleman named Slabby who lives in LA and who's very involved in the cannabis industry.
Okay.
And so what this is, it's like it's a tasting dinner. Mm-hmm. So instead of a wine tasting dinner, it's a rosin hash tasting dinner.
Okay.
So none of the food is infused with any weed or cannabis.
Okay.
You get 6 different courses of rosin, so 6 different flavors. And if you know rosin, which is hash, you can taste anything from plums to gasoline. The flavor profile is...
And is that something that you are scientifically adding in, or is that
to the food?
The actual marijuana itself has been grown to have terpenes?
No, that's just the terpene from the natural flower.
The actual God-given from Mother Earth plant can have flavors from gasoline
Skittles to
apricot.
All ranging all over the board.
And that is called a terpene.
Those are terpenes.
The flavor that God gives the plant is the terpene.
Anything has terpenes. Our Starbucks drinks has terpenes.
So is terpene
is
flavor capsule?
Terpenes are flavors. So lemon has a limonene terpene. So everything has terpenes that so terpenes are found in everything.
Okay. So 6 plates of food that do not have any marijuana in it.
No.
But an accoutrement next to it with a cannabinoid or a terpene.
With a terpene flavored hash.
that
with
makes a perfect baby with that.
Not a terpene flavor, certain terpene hash. So say it's like, for instance, the strain Gelinade, which is very citrusy.
Okay.
It has no added anything. It's just citrusy off naturally.
Okay.
So that would go with some type of like citrus beurre blanc dish or something like that.
So you'd get a little plate of a citrusy food dish with no cannabis. No cannabis in it.
And then you'd get the little bit of hash. So you try the hash in as you try the hash.
Oh, you're smoking.
Smoking the hash, and then you try the food. So the hash is just...
You make a baby in your mouth and your mind.
Exactly.
And then you transgress to the next one, new plate.
Next. So it starts with the salad, works its way down, all the way down to dessert, 6 courses.
Wow.
And so how we do this naturally is like we find a town to do it in. How we've been doing it is we usually follow like a Emerald Cup or a Hall of Flowers event. So like, for instance, we're doing one with a chef called Big Bad Wolf, who's an amazing Korean-American chef from Chop 420. She has a spot in San Francisco. The day before Emerald Cup this year, we're going to do our dinner there. And so So
it's not Humboldt based.
It's not Humboldt based.
Wherever the pop parties are.
Wherever it finds us. So and then we'll use a chef from that area. Trying to use a chef from that area. Use local ingredients
the pot from there.
Everything's local to that spot. So you're getting a taste of the essence of that county.
Yeah.
If it's LA County or San Francisco or Sacramento or Tahoe.
Beautiful.
So
you're
getting to try the regional food, the regional hash, get to meet some regional cook from there.
Yeah.
And so it's just a really nice experience. And so
and then you hire the support
we hire
staff from there.
Florists from local florists, local table rental people, local plateware and silverware, and it's an amazing thing. We just got written up in Skunk Magazine, like a 4-page article on it. So it's really cool. So last dinner we had Tim Blake, who's the owner of Emerald Cup, do some speaking at the dinner and have some like real positive people speak between the courses. So
make it a whole essence.
It's an experience. It's experience. You get to sit there and experience people that are talking about the industry while you're experiencing the food. So it's a really experience that.
And how do people? I mean, we're gonna put all your fanciness. Your show notes are gonna be really long, but can you just say it for if people don't look in the show notes? How would people find out about these things?
There's a website called cannabiscultureclub.com.
Cannabiscultureclub.com.
And our Instagram. So join up as a member. We have 3 dinners coming up. We have one for CannaFest, one for Hall of Flowers in Santa Rosa, and then one in San Francisco for Emerald Cup.
And it's a smaller gathering, so you got to get in it.
Between 27 and 50 people.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Get it while it's hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really cool.
Okay.
It's top notch. You get to really meet some of the industry leaders, and you're sitting down and really hashing it out with them. Literally
hashing it out with them.
You're sitting there for 5 hours, and you're literally like, you can't break bread with 5 hours by sitting next to somebody. Something's wrong with you. You know?
Something's good coming in.
You really get to meet some like
aligning with people that align with you.
You know, so it's a really good experience. So.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what is going on with LG? What's the next music? And are you a part of Reggae on the River? Or maybe we could dabble with Reggae on the River because it is a very Humboldt thing, and I know that you've been. So tell me about that. Oh, and it's Cannabis shirt. Look, Geeter.
I'm all sponsored.
Yeah, Geeter. We're doing it.
So I'm just helping in the backgrounds for Reggae.
Okay.
I did help.
But now, like, I haven't been for a while. Me and Mimi used.
Oh, you know that. Are you gonna go this year?
No.
You're like, no, you can't do that.
Well, I don't know. This summer's big.
Yeah.
I'm already booked out. But back when I went, I mean, it was before Luke was born. So I haven't been for at least 16 years. So it'll be 16 in August. Wow. I have not been since then, but it felt like it was the trajectory of this thing. And I was a little offended because the last year that I went, 2 people died and nobody stopped the party. Nobody said, hey, people are overdosing. And it was all supposedly about reggae and recycling and love. And it was like, you're trying to give me meth and you're shitting in the river.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think we're here to be twacked out and rape people and die. I think we're here.
That's the opposite of what we're here for.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for me, I had some
negative experience.
Grinding on it because I was like, we are faking the funk.
Yeah.
We are pretending that we're here for something good and we're here for drugs and greed and escapism, and I'm here to smoke a little pot and say "Ja" to the sun and the hills and this rivers that feed. You know, it just felt like a falsity. Fraudulence.
It started to get that way for sure.
So then after that, there was some sort of kerfuffle. I know it had to do with money. One group took over one group, and then it was
High Times bought it or something.
Something like that, and then it went to Benbow, and then it went to Denny, and then so tell me about all those things that I don't know about.
So
like, how did it go, and now what will it be? Like, can the younger kids go there and find connection to reggae and the earth and
that's what we're
reggae vibes?
That's what we're really hoping for, and like hoping it's not just like people going out there just to rage their face off.
Yeah. Was it the Mateel that long ago owned it, and now maybe
the Mateel long ago owned it? They got in some type of thing with Carol Bruno or something, and then it switched. I think everything happened. Then it switched from Demick Ranch to Benbow, and then Carol did her reggae. So there was another festival called Reggae Rising. Reggae Rising.
Yep, remember that. Didn't know that. Yeah, okay.
It went for a couple of years, and then that stopped. And so then High Times, I believe, bought Reggae on the River.
Okay.
And that didn't go well because they didn't end up paying all the people, their staff. And so that came to a big halt.
Well, and High Times isn't Humboldt.
High Times isn't
and
Humboldt.
Reggae on the River
is all Humboldt.
Is Humboldt.
So people
it's our unique jewel of
and people
randomness.
Got a bad taste of that. They were like that left a bad taste in their mouth, and like High Times was trying to book acts that weren't necessarily fitting the bill for Reggae on the River, so that was also a bad taste.
Okay.
And then replacing some of the crew with High Times crew that had been there for 25 years.
We want the kids that are from Southern Humboldt that have been doing it
and
forever.
pass it on to their kids.
Yes.
Pass it on to their kids, not like these new people from Sacramento. Right. They've never been there before, so it was like...
They don't even know what river it is.
Yeah, they don't even know where they're at. You know? So it was like they left a bad taste in a lot of the locals.
Yep.
So that happened, and then...
When was that?
I think that was like 2017 or 18.
Okay.
Something.
Okay.
And I think High Times was about to take it over again, do it next year, and then COVID happened.
Okay, yep.
And so then all COVID happened, and then I think they butted heads, and Mateel ended up buying out the High Times.
Okay.
The rights to the festival.
Yes.
But then 2021, 2022 happened, and I don't think Mateel could pull it together money-wise and permits and all that.
Yeah, everything's still...
And so on comes a gentleman named Leo, who's with Hot Milk and Guerrilla Takeover.
Okay.
And he came to the ball with some money and some ideas, and him and Mateel are now putting this back together. So it's like...
And so this year, is it still first weekend of August?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's back, yeah, just how it was.
It's back.
It's good to see, like, it did start going in the wrong direction, but for Humboldt County, like...
We can...
To start
rectify.
where our beginning of our conversation is.
Yeah. Like
Humboldt is so beautiful, and reggae was such a beautiful thing.
Yes. Yeah.
It started from like, you look at the first posters, like a $5 concert with some backyard bands playing to 20 years later, like some of the biggest Marleys playing on the stage. So it grew like, and we did that as a little community, you know? So it's like...
Well, not weed. Our weed.
No, we.
Oh, we, yes. Because I was going to say weed, but yes, we. It's like what the difference of this whole land that we're on. Mm-hmm. It's different.
Now it's
if you choose to live here, there's a difference in you.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and so let's not try and be something else.
Exactly.
Like, thank you, High Times. We love you.
But we're not.
But we are our own High Times, and we're a different kind of time.
It took us a little falling on our head to find that out.
Yeah.
But we fell and like we were like, oh, we don't need outsiders in this. We can do this ourselves.
Yes.
And it's better.
Yeah.
It's
so what is the? So we're kind of.
We're back to almost where it started, kind of.
Okay.
You know. And like I want to see like
I
want to see your kids and our kids go there.
Right.
Because I want to see their kids go there.
Because when I went, I was not. I mean, I hadn't sperminated yet, but it wasn't something I would want to have my babes at.
Yeah.
But I knew that just a couple years before I got there, I would have.
Yeah.
Because
it was
could
beautiful.
have been beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It just, by the time I got there, those last couple years,
well,
it was.
At that last couple of years too, cannabis was really, black market cannabis in Humboldt was really big. Drugs were really big.
Yeah.
Drugs were easy to get. They're hard. It seems like they're harder to get now. You know, and like a lot of it's like, I don't want to even say, but a lot of it's like fentanyl laced, or a lot of it's now it's being tested. A lot of it's being tested. Even at like a lot of these festivals, you'll see booths that are like giving out free Narcan and fentanyl tests.
So I have heard about that because there are so many people with fentanyl that you can have a bag of drugs and test for fentanyl.
And some of the other parts.
But it'll be in a different part of the bag.
Wow.
So do you know, like, how does that happen? Like,
I would assume that you would have to test it every time you did it. You know?
But that's what I was told, because I was like, well, why aren't people testing? Somebody had just died. I think it was like a year ago. And my client was like, no, because fentanyl can be a part of it. But you could take the little baggie of the drugs and put the strip in. And that right? And let's say it hits here, but the fentanyl is over here.
And it won't test.
So I was like, well, how is anybody even doing drugs and thinking that you might throw up or have a bad trip is different than doing drugs and thinking I might die.
Yeah.
So I don't know enough, but
that goes back to like the whole reggae thing. Like hopefully like our kids that are going to it now are like more conscious and not
pay attention to how you're getting it.
Because that's going to be anywhere at every festival. Partying is part of it, especially in Humboldt. Humboldt has a very like partying nature.
Yeah.
That's just part of Humboldt. So it's like you can't take the party out of Humboldt, but you can take this. You can make it safer.
Yeah.
You know? Like.
A lap belt.
Yeah.
We don't need an airbag and a crosser, but let's at least get a lap belt.
So we don't hit the windshield.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, maybe those, if we had a Narcan booth or a fentanyl booth at those two reggaes you were at, maybe those two people wouldn't have died.
Right.
And then you would have,
you would
have a different experience.
Yes. When I was there, I didn't know about anything like fentanyl or Narcan or anything, but when I was frustrated, I was like, what the fucking fuck? First of all, like, we are here and I didn't know that somebody died till the next morning. And I was like, my whole body would have loved to know that somebody was passing, that somebody was struggling. And I had been offered from, like, no. And I felt like,
you would have thought differently of that.
If we stopped, if all those people could have been told over the loudspeaker, hey, everybody, one of our peeps passed. Let's send them love. Let's send them passing. Let's think about our choices.
Yeah.
Let's think about being present.
Yeah.
No matter how much you want. Like if we could have stopped and acknowledged what the fuck was happening, the rhythm would have changed.
Of course.
And we could have still been going where we were, but the fact that it was ignored just felt like that was what is going on in the world, and isn't something like that to help you find community.
That's what needs to happen at all these festivals. Instead of turning the blind eye, they need to have
Let's speak about it. Do you know that people can die from this shit?
Drug abuse booth or whatever. Like have those free Narcan and fentanyl booths and have people walking around.
Have a mama booth.
Have a mom booth.
Like, dude, if you need to cry, if you're remembering something from your childhood, come hug a mama. If you're overdoing it, if you're throwing up and nobody's holding your hair, like, come be here.
Exactly. Safety net booth.
Safety net booth.
Which they don't have it. Safety net
mama booth.
Yeah, they don't have it. And like,
oh my God, I could do that.
A lot of the festivals
find
are
some
like,
old lady mamas that may be like, let's go snuggle people that need help. Yeah.
You know, and that will turn the festivals around.
Yeah.
Your eyes could have been a whole different view.
Right?
Because you know what? You're not going to, like I said, you're not going to take the partying out of them.
You can't stop people from seeking shelter from their pain.
But you can't save them.
You can be like, baby.
You can't save them.
Guess what? You can do that, and we can
all be happy.
Love you. We can have eye contact. We can talk about why you need this so bad.
Yeah.
Because I was definitely partying because I'm wild and excitable. But
also because
the main pieces of me partying were because I did not have the words, the help, the understanding to heal some pain inside of me. And
Of course.
I didn't know it
Of course.
until I gave birth.
Of course.
And figured my shit out, that
course.
I was not partying because it was fun. I was partying because there was things that hurt that didn't feel good unless I was buzzed.
Yeah, there's things missing in your life.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you're not going to say, don't party. But as somebody's partying, you can be like, you know what? Guess what else? There's the other side of the rainbow.
I'm your best friend if you need anything.
Yes.
If you need something, I'm always here for you. Or just support.
Yeah.
You know, even if you just going over the loudspeaker could have changed that whole vibe in the whole place.
Oh man.
Because
well, I would have gone back to reggae. I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
I mean, I would have definitely had a different thought process. But when I woke up and found out, and I didn't even find out because everybody knew. I found out because I was we're a part of reggae. Mimi and I were like partners.
Yeah.
I'm a Parker, but we were Parker.
Yeah, you were
so I knew, and I remember I was not stoked.
Yeah.
I was like, this is whack.
Yeah. Yeah, think about how the family felt, how that person, and it's just like.
I know.
And it's, again, you can't hide the party, you just gotta make it aware and do the best you can.
Yes.
For people.
Yeah, shoving shit away in the I don't see it never happens. It just out from the other angle.
And hopefully reggae can take that stance this year and be like, you know what, we know people are gonna fucking do a lot of drugs here.
Yeah.
But we're here for you if you need anything at all hours of the night, anytime.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So with you being, what part, you're not bringing the musicians in?
I help bring a little bit of the musicians in.
Okay.
I am one of the main sponsors, team people there.
Oh,
so.
Okay.
I am going to do a little pre-party.
What are the dates and how do people that are excited?
August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I believe.
That's Luke's 16th birthday. Okay, August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And then do they go to reggaeontheriver.com?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many tickets are there?
I think they're trying to sell 5,000 this year.
Okay. And that sells out pretty quick, right?
It should.
When was the last time there was
reggae?
A reggae.
2018, I think.
And then when was the last time there was something pretending to be reggae? 21? Was it after COVID at the Denny Ranch?
Well, there's Northern Nights they have there, which is like the electronic music festival.
Yeah. But that was going on when
that's
reggae.
Been going on.
Yeah,
that's been going on.
No, but when was the last time something pretending to be the old school reggae on the river? Like that, this will be the first time that's coming back, but I feel like there's been...
The last one was Reggae Rising, I think.
And that was the one...
Like 2013 or 14 or something.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a long time.
Okay.
This is exciting for Humboldt.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is, because especially, Humboldt's hurting a lot. Jaffe's is closing, like...
Jaffe's
is closing.
Oh my God, where's my wasabi vinaigrette?
You know?
We got in McConaughey, we drove down and we were already hungry. Well, because it was all the way around the block.
Oh no, you're not waiting 2 hours for that.
I was like, I love you, but it's going to be Sally's bedtime.
Yeah.
We went to fucking Fiesta Cafe, which I love, but...
Did you get the off the menu item?
Oh, I know. It's so sad.
It is sad. So it's cool to see something of 25-year status and that close, and then something of 35-year status
come
back.
Yeah.
It's like that's like,
I know, right? Hey, Jaffe's people that make those dress things, bring it back.
Bring it back.
Come on.
Bring it
Be
back.
his competition.
Bring it back. At least sell them in wild berries.
Yeah.
They could do something.
Like how Mazzetti's butter used to be sold, or Nonalina's.
And it's like they can almost still profit from that,
Yeah.
And we'll be doing something like that. We'll have like our own special hot sauce. That
Yeah. Remember Bunny, best bartender in Humboldt?
Yeah.
She worked at...
She passed, right?
She did. Oh, golly. Yes. I think it was 2 years ago now. It was a bit ago.
2 or 3 years ago.
Time is kind of crazy for me. I feel like it was after COVID, but yeah. But she worked at 3 Foods behind the co-op.
Oh, I love
and
that
had
place.
remember their mac and cheese?
Oh my God.
And so she, because I was her stylist, gave me, so we still have 3 Foods mac and cheese, just from, I don't use recipes, if you can imagine. But I do a galoosh and a scoosh and a da. But I basically know. So I'm like, if anybody can just give me the galoosh and the scoosh for the wasabi vinaigrette, I'll be good.
I'll make it. I'll make it happen.
I'll make it happen.
I'll tweak it.
But if you want to make it perfect and sell it at Wildberries, I will. I will get them. So, any entrepreneurs out there? Not really. I think if I'm not a podcaster, I would like to just have people come to flirt with me and they can tell me their ideas and I'll make their business plan. I'll be like, and this is what its name is, and this is what you do, and this is what you start, and this is how you...
You have it down, dude.
I know, I have it all. I just don't want to do all those businesses.
I know.
But I'm really good at all the ideas. I could come in and just flirt for a week, move things around and
people
fluff and welcome people to be
ready
like,
to go. Like,
there you go.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And it got me going.
Yeah,
and then you're like, I'm out. See you later.
Yes. Call me later. Call me if you need a new idea.
You just get the foot in the water and then they take the plunge.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
I know. I mean, look what we did at the JCs. I mean,
bringing,
our limo company
we're bringing
is...
JCs to Eureka and with the limo company.
Hey, people over in Red Bluff, we're coming with the JC's limo. We're not going
You're going to pick up the
Del
whole
Norte.
team.
Oh my God. It's for all you bougie athletes.
For all the bougie athletes. For all the Brandons, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay. I feel like we said
We covered a lot.
Yeah. Do we have anything else that we want to... I wish we could ask people what are we missing, but I think
we covered a lot.
We really
It was
did
a great little conversation.
I am really thankful for you. I love all the flanges of delight you're bringing in. And I'm really excited for the future. I feel like, there's always ups and downs and contrast and beauty. And I am excited. It feels like there's been a lot of the takeaways from us because a lot of things are changing. And now it's time for us to be like, okay. And now we get to choose what we put back into our community.
Well, we're getting to that
music.
We're getting to that age where we're like business owners now.
Yeah, right?
And
like let's figure this out.
The people that were owning businesses before us are retiring.
Yeah, and now we get to do it differently.
We're taking over.
From what our children have taught us.
From what
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, let's do it different. Yeah,
I love seeing Humboldt's community and the vibe and like bringing the vibe to Humboldt is like my passion.
Yeah, so I'm saying this kind of in each one. Right now, like, there's no money coming in from the podcast, but that will be happening because we're going to be getting sponsorships and such. And in the end, once this can, like, feed my family, that this turns into more how I'm making money, it's going to be all about the Dreams Foundation. So It's for anybody in Humboldt that has a dream. They would write a letter to the All About the Dreams, and then we would pull from our community somebody with money, somebody with a hookup wherever their program is or whatever the school is. Amazing. Or if somebody needs to learn a way of work, if somebody wanted to do something in something that I do, come be with me. I'll show you how to podcast. I'll show you how to art. I'll show you how to this. I'll show you how to music. I'll show you how to pop. I'll show you how to whatever. So we could all then take somebody in our community's dream and get underneath and be like, ta-da!
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is what I'm excited about, is for all of us to be okay with the fact that the landscape of Humboldt has changed.
It has changed.
But that we are still unique and awesome, and that if we all come together and help,
it's going to make it.
That's how everybody makes it, is by all coming together.
Yeah.
So
we just got to adapt to the times.
Yeah. And maybe you be thinking, and once again, all of you, like, how do we take all of our towns and all of our land and this big, large community, and what do we do to make it better than ever?
We just always got to keep improving it. It's for our kids, for our kids' kids.
Yeah. Improving ourselves, improving our families, and then to the community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you are doing a really good job.
Thank you so much.
And I really love that it took you having an accident and being loved and being supported. I mean, you were awesome before that, but I really like that you started it with that. Like, something happened big.
Yeah.
And look what you did.
Yeah.
Well,
like I
took it from shit to shinola.
Yeah, the community was on my back, and so I felt like I just like
let's be that for everybody.
I needed to give something back to them, It's like the way I could do it is this is the way I could do it, Like now opening a restaurant's another way of giving a little bit back, and like seeing my passion for food is like putting it on the plate, like.
Yep. I really like that.
So.
And just for everybody out there to be like, dude, no matter what goes on, you can always do awesome for those around you.
Yeah, if you like we were talking about before, if you put it out there and it's good and it's quality, it's gonna do good. Like, and people are leaving the door smiling.
Yep.
It's gonna work out. You work out. You know? The money might not be there all the time, but it's gonna work out. You're gonna be happy.
And money is so vital, but also when you are happy and connected and in community, you don't need as much money.
You don't need as much.
You really, money, we are not our heads in the sand.
Well, we're in the community.
But our culture, I think, says money is number one, where in reality, love and connection is number one, and
Guaranteed.
Money makes it easier when you don't
make those connections.
Yeah.
And if you're part of the community is always going to help you back.
Always has.
If you're giving back to the community in times of need, when I was down, they gave back to me.
The times I have been the most broke, I might have gone out to dinner and had more clothes than other times because people knew I was struggling. They're like, baby, you've given me free hair. You've taken care of... Like, I was going to Tomo and getting new free people pants.
Exactly.
And I couldn't even pay my fucking PG&E.
Exactly. So,
because I loved community when I had it.
And the community gave back.
Yes.
Double fold.
Ding, ding, peeps. Yes. Yeah.
That's kind of what we want to do with the Ramen Spot and the Cannabis Culture Club is like giving back. And even LG is like giving back. You know? So it's like... if you give it back, it's going to come back twofold.
It does. So awesomely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate you.
I love you. Look in the show notes. This mofo's going to have a lot of things you can check out.
Love you so much.
Thank
you.
Oh,
thanks for having me.
Yes. Thanks
Appreciate
for coming. Go Humboldt.